we've got
Yes.
differing accounts of what happened here. Can you shed any light on what may have happened, whether these Israeli strikes did go ahead?
Well, I can tell you that the Israeli newspapers are assuming that they did go ahead, and the analysts as well. There has been a report from Newsweek magazine that Hezbollah officials were also targeted because some were reportedly injured in one of the strikes. It was a very expansive strike in numerous places around Syria. So, but Israeli officials have come out and said, a former Israeli official has come out and said that that is very unlikely. But no one has come out and said it's very unlikely that Israel attacked Syria. So it is assumed that this has happened. What is interesting here, though, is the timing. This comes a week after the U.S. withdrawal, Israel's big ally. The U.S. has announced its withdrawal from Syria. It also comes after a very serious incident took place in September when a Syrian forces downed accidentally a Russian plane, and that was because of an Israeli attack. Since then, Russia has told Israel to really slow down the attack. And so this is a signal that regardless of Trump, regardless of Putin, Israel is continuing business as usual in Syria.
And of course, if we look at Israeli internal politics, this comes at a time of turbulence. Early elections being called for April. Netanyahu losing his government majority. Just tell us what that backdrop is in Israel.
Well, he had a very slim government now for just over a month with only a one-seat majority. And there was a bill that he had to pass, and he realized he couldn't do it. And that was the day that he called for elections. And he said they would be in April. And now he's basically fighting for his political survival. The timing of this is just after the police said that he really should be indicted for 3 different corruption cases. Now the question lies, the big question is, will he be indicted? Will the decision to indict him be made by the Attorney General ahead of the elections? And the Attorney General, is the key man right now. Because if he decides to say, I'm not indicting him, I don't think there's enough evidence, then Netanyahu will be clear ahead of the election. If he decides to indict him, then Netanyahu goes to the polls as a serious suspect. But there is the possibility that Netanyahu is likely betting on that the Attorney General will postpone his decision. And that is the key question now. What will happen? What will he decide?